What's up, y'all? So, a little bit in a rush right now on my way to the gym, but typically in the mornings, or it's been kind of random, either at night for the next day, or the alcohol is not mine in the back on the front refrigerator, but um, doesn't even matter. It's not mine. I don't drink it. That's just how I roll. Um, Damn, that totally lost my focus. Whatever. I'm getting my raw egg shakes. There we go. I'm getting my raw egg shakes ready for the day. So, what I do first is rinse them with hot water, which I already did. And what that's going to do is minimize the possibility of salmonella. I don't know if you would say salmonella poisoning, but that's something I read a while back, and I've been on and off with doing raw eggs for the past few years. Never noticed I got sick from raw eggs. The only side effect I notice if I take too much in one sitting. So 4 eggs seem to be my sweet spot most of the time. So this is what this is how I make them. Check it out. Do 8 eggs at a time, so I do like 16 eggs as of now for the day. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd get the most freshest eggs I can, but like I said, what I mean by freshest is the most natural. There we go, most natural eggs possible, but I'm budgeting, and maybe in the future that's something I'd like to do. And I would like to vary the eggs too. What is it? There's ostrich eggs, there's quail eggs. Love to try those. I'm about variety. I like variety. Okay, 3, 6. Okay, so I just cracked 8 eggs. Yeah, I just cracked 8 eggs. I'm gonna wash my hands. Now, start off with some type of nut milk, I guess you would consider, or some non-dairy milk. I don't do well with dairy. So today it's almond with coconut, organic. And until I run out of this, then then my next one's almond milk. Put some type of cooking oil, extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it's not refined. Refining meaning it's of crappy quality and they had to refine it to sell it. Put some sea salt in there. This is the brand I guess has been around for like decades. I saw on Amazon some people who say like this is their salt too, their go-to salt they've been using for decades. I guess Real Salt by Redmond. Live Your Journey. Since 1958. Yep, there you go. And the Carnivore beef protein isolate from Muscle Meds. This is chocolate. I got vanilla caramel coming in from Amazon. Vanilla caramel doesn't seem to get a lot of love, so we'll see if maybe all you need is just some raw eggs, and then that's the trick. I got taurine because it helps regulate electrolytes, and I've noticed that taurine helps with low carbs, regulating electrolytes. It seems like the demand for electrolytes is increased with low carbs. Potassium chloride. So I put 2 scoops of that taurine, which is, what is it? It's 9.2 grams in a big shake. So of 16 raw eggs, I use 9.6 grams of taurine, and this potassium chloride. I forgot the measurement. I have it written down of potassium chloride, but I'll do 2 scoops of half a teaspoon of bulk supplements potassium chloride. I don't remember the numbers at the top of my head. That one. So those are the ingredients I add. I spray a little water. You know, for about a week it's been grapeseed oil. Now I'm trying extra virgin olive oil. And I like to get at least 2 more oils. I mean, if I could find a good deal on macadamia nut oil, I hear a lot of good things regarding macadamia nut oil with keto, so that's something I like to check out, but it's a bit pricey. I got this Nalgene BPA free, what would you call it, bottle. This BPA free bottle from Biotest, tnation.com. You know, when you're doing the MAG-10 protocol, it asks for, you know, a lot of liquid, almost filling up the whole bottle. So I use these for my raw egg shakes too. You know, I could use the blender, but it's one less step, and it's not so bad getting a little bit of, I don't know, texture, grain, a little grain with this. It's not something, it's barely noticeable in my opinion, so it's one less step out using the blender. So I used to do that, but the less steps, the better in my opinion, less time being used for it. So now I'm doing my other 8 eggs. Ideally, this is something, if I do in the morning, it's like one of the first things in the morning, but today was kind of hectic, so this is how life goes sometimes. Gotta roll with the punches. Jessica visited me. Picked her up in Denver. Good seeing her. We had some good talks. Jessica's my sister. And it's nice to know that we're both growing and determined, you know, to progress in our life. about halfway through this audiobook called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I think it came at a perfect time in my life. Once I heard one of my favorite authors, Charles Poliquin, recommend that book as one of his favorites, I knew then I need to look into it. So now I'm starting to wrap up because, I feel like this is not, they work towards making this more, I guess, natural, being a beef protein isolate, but it's still, I guess, not natural maybe for it to be in such a rapid form. So that's why I stick with just 4 scoops, no more than 4 scoops a day. I don't know how I came up with that number, but that's the number I came up with. Maybe I could push it to 5 scoops, but as of now, I'm sticking with 4 scoops per day. Again, as a reminder, if I'm taking in this much fat, that means no freaking carbs. And it seems like somewhat of a synergistic, magical combination because I don't have any cravings for carbs or other crappy foods when I've been drinking this these last few days. And yeah, maybe I'll take a couple sips pre-workout, only a couple. Like if I drink this during the workout, it's gonna mess up my performance. So I'll have branched chain aminos on reserve just in case I feel like my body is quenching some type of assistance. Here's the end result, these eggshells.